Hi, so in this video I wanted to talk about a little adventure that I went on and I figured I'd take you with me. So as we're all kind of bored in isolation at the moment, I decided that I wanted to go on a little adventure into the mountains. So with my F4 I brought my Sigma 24-70 2.8 and I was shooting on Kodak Ultramax, which is probably one of my favorite films, at least on 35mm. After driving for a little bit we found a pathway that led into somewhere where it seemed public. I don't think it was private property. Very sure it wasn't. It seemed just like a public park, but it was kind of tucked away. So we followed the pathway and it led to a giant oval of grass. Now once we were there, we noticed that it kind of backed into a school and a farm, I think. Anyway, the sun was out and we wanted to enjoy lunch. So we ate some food on a log and I wanted to get a quick photo of the log we were sitting on because honestly the texture and pattern was really cool on the end of the log. But I also love the way that the light seeped through the trees, so I also wanted to get a photo of that too. So we kept exploring the grassland and eventually we ended up at a cow paddock where they had really cute cows or bison or I'm not sure what they were. I don't think they were bulls. I don't know the difference, I guess, between cows women? I don't know. I should probably look that up. I feel like there's something that I should know. Anyway, they were big, furry, had horns, and were really cute. You can see them here. So next to the cow paddock there was actually a bunch of horses, and I did take one photo of them, but the lighting was not the best, and sorry horses, but I didn't think you were really worth it. So after looking at the cows and the horses because they were super cute, we started to walk away, and then the cows started to moo. But they only mooed once, and I ran back trying to get it on video because I really wanted to show you guys their moo because it would echo across the whole land, and it was really, really cute. And I keep saying cute a lot, but they were, and I'm not going to apologize for that. Anyway, after realizing that they weren't going to moo again, and I'd been defeated yet again by my cow nemesis, we decided to head back to the car, where I decided to take another photo of the house that we saw when we went up there. And at first I thought that it was abandoned because, well, not to be mean, but they hadn't really maintained their surroundings very well, or painted. And so I wanted to take a photo because I was like, cool, abandoned house. You have to take a photo of that. It's just an obligation as being a photographer. And also the lighting was really nice, but I took the photo and then I started to see movement into what was actually their kitchen. And then I realized that I probably shouldn't be standing here taking their photo because they're gonna get weirded out. So we kept walking down the path and we found another little way that was actually big enough for a human. So we went down the path that we'd found and realized that it went pretty much all the way down the hill and it was very steep, but we, as the adventuremen that we are, decided to keep following down the path. Fuck. And once we got down to the bottom of it, we found this little creek bed that was guarded by a big metal fence. But thankfully, someone had done God's work and cut a hole under the fence so that we could all climb under. And that's exactly what we did. So once we climbed through and got our jackets caught on the jagged fence line, we found a little creek bed, and it was a great little sort of fairyland type vibe, but I tried to get a photo of it and it did not turn out. apparently when you're standing crouched overtaking a photo, trying to shoot at 30th of a second isn't a good idea. Who knew? But we decided to keep on climbing up the other side of the mountain because it was kind of like a V shape, I guess. That's not a V shape, but whatever. We found this giant tree that had been completely uprooted, and I did get a photo of it. I wanted to get more, but the lighting was absolute garbage because we were completely underneath lots of trees and couldn't get a good photo. So I only took the one because I only had 3 photos left on that roll, and I figured I wasn't gonna bust out a new roll, so I decided to not take any more photos except for the one. But once we finished our lunch, we decided to head home, which I then realized how muddy my shoes were, and I know, oh, it wasn't that bad, it was just a bit of mud, I can wash it off, but it was still a bit annoying because it definitely didn't have to happen. However, once we got to the car, we actually found another spot that we wanted to go through.
Nice.
And I'm really glad that we did, because this place was insane. Definitely a film photographer's dream. So we followed yet another path, but this one was surprisingly paved, which is something that we didn't see a lot on this trip. Then we found this person's house that was really beautiful and had a lot of great flowers.
Biggest maples I've ever seen.
But most importantly, they had this wonderland. That's right, their garage has been crushed by a tree. Now of course, my heart goes out to them, because holy fuck, that's awful, but they seem to have adapted to it, and they're still chopping wood to their heart's content. But of course, when I see a scene like this, even though it's technically on private property, it was still open to the road, and I ran and took some photos of it. So I'm really happy with how the photos turned out, because I was a little bit worried. Again, at the time the lighting seemed kind of bad, but I tried to do my best to adapt to it. But once I decided to stop trespassing, once I decided I'd taken all the photos that I needed, I decided to keep on walking down that lane, because now that I've committed to a new role, I've got some more photos to take. So we just kept following the road upwards just to see what was around, and I had no idea the people actually had houses that had views this insane. Now unfortunately the camera didn't do it justice. I just had my little point and shoot and didn't have the ND filter on, so it kind of blew out the highlights. Anyway, you can still see how insane it would be to live in a place like this. Now this one definitely had the best view, and I am insanely jealous. Because living in a place like this, I don't think I would ever leave my house, and honestly I would consider isolation a blessing, and I can appreciate the view 24/7. But unfortunately, I'm sure it would be very expensive to live there. I'm not about to move out of my humble shed to somewhere like that. So that about wraps up this journey. I definitely want to try and make more little adventure videos like this, so let me know if you like them. And regardless, I'm probably still going to make them because I have a lot of fun. So thank you for watching. If you want to see more of my work, then you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram @MigMedia. And I hope to see you again soon.